Hi, OK Carter here with a 3-minute Arlington Time Capsule about the city's main and most historical downtown drag, Abram Street. Sometime back at a downtown Arlington meeting, I won't say where exactly for the sake of diplomacy, a discussion took place about a needed rebuild of Abram Street, this particular pluralistic pronunciation of the name occurring several times. This annoyed someone, I won't say exactly who, to the extent that this know-it-all person pointed out that when we left the building and journeyed 1 block north, that everyone should observe the street sign, which clearly said Abram Street, not Abrams Street. No S at all. There's no S, someone asks. This was discouraging because the question came from the mayor at the time. There is, of course, an Abrams Road with that darned S in nearby Dallas, which muddies the water a bit. Yes, I know. It's a small thing, consonantly speaking. I was once told that either way is correct, like it was an alternative fact. Hey, no, it isn't. Spelling issues aside, Abram Street in Arlington is a historical roadway. Some pundits credit the name to an early highway commissioner, but Arlington historian and author Rista Joyner, in her book Arlington, Texas, Birthplace of the Metroplex, credits Civil War hero, Baptist organizer, and early photographer Uncle Abram Harris as the road's namesake. Page 101. I'm going with her. The street was once State Highway 1, and it was the main drag between Fort Worth and Dallas. At the time, it was the busiest highway in Texas. Auto traffic ran alongside the interurban electric trolley, and for just a few years, the trolley, horse traffic, buggies, and autos would have been side by side, an interesting mix. Understandably, early commerce tended to concentrate along Abram. When US 80, the Bankhead Highway, went through in the 1920s, city fathers wanted to alter its path to coincide with Abram, which would have meant a dangerous crisscross of assorted railroad and interurban electric trolley rails. County commissioners finally agreed to change the route, though with a proviso. Arlington would have to pay for construction of US 80 within the city. Not surprisingly, the council decided that the US 80 route on the current-day Division Street 2 blocks north would be just fine after all. Eventually, of course, Interstate 30 and then I-20 would come along, making the discussion moot. Abram remains, though, an interesting street, originally running roughly 6 miles from Grand Prairie at Great Southwest Parkway to Bowen Road. At the east, it's sort of industrial and low-end, but it gets steadily more upscale as it approaches Center and then Fielder Road. Commerce-wise, it's eclectic, dominated by a massive General Motors assembly plant along 360, City Hall at Center Street, across from the outdoor concert venue Levitt Pavilion, along with some popular downtown watering holes like Jay Gilligan's and J.R. Bentley's, just to name a couple. The closer to Center Street you get, the more historical things become. No less than 22 historical markers are within a couple of hundred yards, for example, of Abram and Center Street. The downtown section of Abram in 2019-2020 underwent a massive rebuild to slow traffic and make it more attractive and hospitable to pedestrians, including students from nearby UTA. And that's only 2 blocks south. There's also a lot of new semi-upscale, high-density residential development along it today. Namesake Abram Harris, that's Abram without an S, I remind you, wouldn't recognize it. It needs its own historical marker, make it, I guess, number 23 in the area. But people are working on that. It'll happen. This has been another Arlington Time Capsule. OK Carter. Thanks for your 3 minutes.